Sammy Walker could be gone. Here comes Sammy. He scores! It's 3-1. The Wild's first Iowa native. A putback from Caden. The tough butter of Adam Raska.
Welcome, everyone, as we are ready to get things going at Wells Fargo Arena, American Hockey League action. I want to welcome all our listeners in, whether you're coming to us through FloHockey on AHL TV, if you are on 106.3 FM or 1460 KXNO in the Des Moines area. Maybe you're listening in on the iHeartRadio app. Good evening, everybody. My name is Josh Fisher. I'll bring you all the highlights and action live of tonight's game as the Iowa Wild hosting the Rockford IceHogs, a rematch of last night's game. If you are looking for Ben Gislason, I do know where he is, and you can catch him if you want to by watching the Iowa Wild tonight on MC22. With tonight's game being a televised game, we will be hopefully keeping you entertained throughout the evening here as we'll set it up on your radio dials and monitors at home. The Iowa Wild will look to goaltender Samuel Halabai in net to my right. His numbers have been some of the best on the team this season. He's 5-7 with a 2.96 goals against average and an .898 save percentage. The defense in front of him will be composed of the D partners on the top line. Carson Lambos, a former first-round pick of the Minnesota Wild, the Winnipeg native, will be joined by Cam Crotty, as Cam Crotty, longtime Arizona Coyotes, now Utah, I guess, but played in the Coyotes organization for a few years, and of course his first season, and he is the captain of the Iowa Wild and one heck of a defenseman. On the front line, the Wild bringing out the big guns. It's going to be Mikey Milne, and the center on that line, Ben Jones. Nice to have him back and in the house, as he has spent 26 games up in Minnesota with the big club. And rounding out that line, Hastings, Minnesota native and veteran Travis Boyd. Now we'll set it up for the visitors. The Rockford IceHogs will welcome in goaltender Mitchell Weeks. He will be in net to my left, 7-7-3 record with a 3.07 goals against average and .892 save percentage. The front line for the IceHogs, Samuel Savoie, Cole Gutman, and Landon Slaggert. And on the defense, the number one defensive pairing, Kevin Fitzgerald and Artem Levshinov. Of course, Levshinov, the second overall pick out of Michigan State, enjoying his rookie season with the IceHogs. 11 points in 32 games for the 19-year-old. As the Wild will be right to left on your monitors and dials at home, the IceHogs back left to right. Referees for tonight, Adam Tobias and Brody Sutter. And the lines people, Kirsten Welsh and John Watson. Sticks come down at center. Remember, last night, Iowa did not have a good first period. So a good start will be critical for this team here tonight, and we'll see how well they are ready to go. Keep in mind, the second and third period of last night belonged to Iowa. Unfortunately, the deficit was too big to overcome, and they couldn't get back in time and probably ran out of a little bit of time there. So off the draw, the IceHogs with control back of their own zone. Samuel Savoie up through center, banks it off the right wing wall, and the puck trickles deep down into the Iowa zone. Carson Lambos back for that one, and the puck jammed away. It's in behind the Iowa net, and Crotty gets it out to safety along the far wall. IceHogs get it back, right point. Levshinov with a shot that's blocked off by traffic. Crotty corrals it in the corner, backhands it along, and it's out to center. IceHogs get it right back, as it's dumped right back in by Kyle Maskimovich. He is in the lineup in exchange for Brett Sini. IceHogs work at right wing circle. Shot blocked off as Sanford tried to squeeze one through, and the Wild float that one down the length of the ice, and we'll get an icing call here against Iowa. 58 seconds in to tonight's game. And, of course, we welcome everybody in, whether you are on AHL Live, FloHockey, iHeartRadio, all the fun stuff. Maybe you're just cruising around driving in Des Moines. Well, face-off coming up to the right of Samuel Halavai, undrafted free agent that the Wild plucked. So far, he has been pretty gosh darn good. Pretty big goaltender too, 6'4", 240-plus pounds. Now, Samuel Halavai did spend a little bit of time in ECHL Iowa, over there in Iowa City, the Coralville. And he went 2-2-1 with a 3.02 goals against average and an 8.85. The Wild dump it in from center. The IceHogs back for this one. Ethan Del Mastro played it back up through center, and here we go. The IceHogs bring it in left side. Sanford 2-on-1. Tried to center for Joey Anderson, and a nice back check there as Joe Saccone took it away. Floated it to the far corner. IceHogs take it away. Back in behind the net, Joey Anderson working on the end wall. And the Iowa zone, centered one-timer from the circle, blocked off by Halavai, and a rebound chance flipped and up into the safety net and out of play. But there was a point-blank opportunity for the left wing circle for, looked to be Jackson Cates. Yes, he was settled into that circle on the left wing side. Took the pass from behind the net. Cates, 4 points in 28 games this season with 14 penalty minutes and a -6. The undrafted free agent is in his second season in Rockford, 25 points last year. Off the draw, the IceHogs have control up top. Shot by Fitzgerald, hit traffic, never made it to the net, and the Wild kick it back out to center. Graham Clark on the left side, the Minnesota native, chips it in. Fitzgerald back for it, pressured by Hunter Haight, and the IceHogs floated up the right wall. That puck will go all the way down the length of the ice as it was cleared out by Artem Levshinov. So we will get a face-off coming all the way back down in the Iowa zone, or excuse me, in the Rockford zone. Mitchell Weeks, the goaltender, has a face-off to his right. Last year, Weeks in Rockford played 5 games, went 3-2 with a 2.8 goals against average and an .892 save percentage. He also played 33 games with the Indy Fuel, Rockford's ECHL affiliate. Off the face-off, the Wild get it, and they hold it in, and it looks as though we get a quick hand pass. Is the line that's out there right now for Iowa is Hunter Haight, Graham Clark, and Matthew Soap. Of course, Soap, an OHLer that has some impressive numbers in juniors, and of course, that got the attention of the Iowa Wild. And Matty Sopp with 6 points in 12 games for Iowa this season. He's also played in the ECHL. The Wild have it up top. Left point shot blocked off by traffic. Never made it there as O'Rourke let one fly, and he lets another one go that's blocked off and carried back out to center by Jackson Cates. Hits the red line, tried to float it down, blocked down nicely, swatted out of the air by O'Rourke. And the Wild will set up in their own zone as they wait for the forwards to change. Back there with O'Rourke is David Spacek, the Czech native, drops it down the length of the ice as it fluttered through traffic, and we get an icing call. David Spacek, a former 5th-round pick of the Minnesota Wild a few years back. Of course, his father, Yaroslav Spacek, enjoyed a very lengthy NHL career with over 800 games. He himself was a 5th-round pick in the 90s of the Florida Panthers. Of course, he played in Florida, Montreal, Edmonton, Chicago, and Columbus, Ohio. Played 81 games in the 02-03 season, missing one of the games, 81 of 82. And, of course, that game, February 18th, the Columbus Blue Jackets were supposed to play, and they did play in Phoenix against the Arizona Coyotes, but Spacek did not make the trip as he stayed back with his wife, and they welcomed young David at a hospital in Columbus, Ohio on February 18th. Arguably one of the best seasons his father had playing professionally. 17 minutes to go, we're just 3 in. Shots 1-0 in favor of Rockford, but Again, still early. Face-off just outside of the Iowa blue line. Digging in to take this draw for Iowa, Ben Jones. And early movement, Marcel gets booted from the face-off dot. And I think he gave some lip service to the officials. I'd like to see what this is. It's either a delay of game or I think he's getting a delay of game call. So we will get settled in for a power play for the Iowa Wild. Rockford with the second best penalty kill in the American Hockey League. So the Wild definitely have their work cut out for them to penetrate that D. As the Wild will set it up top. Left circle shot and a glove save made off the wrist shot from Caden Bankier. Holding on to that one was goaltender Mitchell Weeks, the left-handed catching netminder for the IceHogs. Rockford, 86.9%. Their penalty kill on the road is 88%. They're actually better on the road than they are at home. And the Iowa Wild power play at home, 22nd in the American Hockey League. Overall, Iowa's power play is 29th as that puck tipped up and over the glass and out of play. So Marcel gets a penalty for playing the puck. Looked like, I think he might have closed his puck on the hand or he played it with his hand. Nonetheless, the official said that's cheating and you will get a 2-minute penalty and the other team will get a power play. So, power play for the Iowa Wild. Of course, this team 0 for 5 on the power play last night, which could have made a huge difference considering how much they were battling there. Don't forget, every AHL regular season and Calder Cup playoff game now streams exclusively on FloHockey with improved quality. Subscribers get unlimited access to AHL, ECHL, SPHL, USHL, junior and college hockey games, exclusive content, live scores, and stats, all on their favorite devices. Head to FloHockey.tv to sign up today. Wild on the power play, setting up shop with 1:35 to go on the extra man advantage. Puck fired from the right point, glove down by the goaltender Winks. He holds on, no rebound. 16:32 to go in the opening frame. As that shot from the right point by David Spacek. First goal, we all know it's important. Iowa has scored the first goal 17 times, 11-6 when they do so. The IceHogs have scored the first goal 18 times, 12-4-2 when they do so. Off the draw, quick shot from the point by Spacek, deflected away, and it's carried out to center by the IceHogs. And now it's turned over. Savoie left it for Hunter Haight. Quick chance in front, and it's knocked down by Weeks, and he's quick to cover it up. But my goodness, Samuel Savoie turned that one over right at his blue line. That is dangerous territory, and I'm sure Coach Mark Eaton of the Rockford IceHogs and his crew will maybe talk to him about protecting that puck in that particular situation. Face off for the Wild, an offensive draw with 1:19 to go on the power play. Puck tipped back by Sanford, collected on the clear and held in by David Spacek as the Wild set up shop. Spacek left point with control. Dropped it down on the near half wall. Jones slides down low, former 7th round pick of the Vegas Golden Knights. Jones behind the net over to the right point. Carson Lambo settles. Now quick left point shot blasted by Spacek, knocked down. And the puck controlled now by the Wild. Bankier played it down low, deflected away, knocked free, and we could get a breakaway here. Zach Stanford poked it free for himself. Now Stanford comes in, quick snapper, and it's off the side crossbar as he caught the post. And now the Wild quickly transition right side in. Chance for Milne, save made, rebound jammed at and poked free and picked back up and rimmed around the wall, back out to center. The Wild race back for this one. Here's Jack Peart. Grand Rapids, Minnesota native, former 2nd round pick of the Wild. Puck floated along. Ciccone checked that. Sammy Walker dumped it down and around, and the Wild have it in the right circle. Played in front. Chance on the doorstep. Milne got a piece, but it was blocked away by Mitchell Weeks. 10 seconds on the power play. Left side. Sop scoots in. Left circle shot blocked off by traffic. Races to get the loose puck. Now he drops it up top. Peart to the right point. Power play ends as it's carried down the wall. The Wild have it. Wheeling in behind the net. Now playing it back up top. Graham Clark, shot by Sop, blocked away, and the IceHogs clear at the center. Jackson Cates will finish it up, sending it back deep down and in behind the Iowa Wild net. Iowa 0 for 1 on the power play. We are still scoreless, 5 minutes into the first period. Wild now pick off another one. Here's a chance for Clark, and he lifted a backhander and a blocker save made by Weeks. The IceHogs pitch it back the other way. Joey Anderson's clearing attempt, banked off the wall, picked back up, and the Wild are going to bring it right back. Left side, Milne, over the line. Mikey Milne centered in front, and that hopped off the stick. Bradley Merrick, who is dangerous in front, 8 goals on the season. He is among the team leaders at this time. Clark to the slot, Milne, backhander, blocked off by traffic, and it's scooped up and fired out to center by Anderson. Off the stick of Logan Slaggert. It's deep down and into the Iowa zone. Up through center it goes. Lambos picks it up, rims it around the boards, down and into the Rockford zone. Now controlled at the blue line. Ciccone, left side feed, quick shot deflected off by traffic. Brandon Baddock knocking that one free, and now it's carried to center and floated all the way back and into the Iowa zone. Back for this one, O'Rourke, rimmed it to the right side, snap past the center, now up off the stick of Ryan Sandelin, and he's racing in. Adam Raska in there for the Wild as well. Puck picked up and floated back up through the neutral zone by the IceHogs as that was cleared back out by Ryan Gagne. 7 minutes to go in a scoreless first period. The IceHogs deep in their own zone with control. Ethan Del Mastro. Snap pass right up the center. It goes off the stick of Cates and deep into the Iowa zone. Halavai out of his own crease to play it. Dropped it off on the far wall. Gates had it. Played it to the blue line as he was looking to hook up with Korchinski. And it goes all the way down the length of the ice instead. So Korchinski, first round pick of the Hawks a few years back, working his way up through center. Lost it at the Iowa blue line. And now it's worked quick snap pass to the left side. As Boyd will leave it into the line. Jones, quick snapper as he tried to go 5-hole. And gave a little poke at the rebound. Brandon Baddock didn't like that too much, as most fans here in Iowa know Mr. Baddock very well. We've got a timeout on the ice. We'll take one as well. 12:29 to go in the first. It is scoreless here from Wells Fargo Arena. You're listening to Wild Hockey.
For Brittany, it's more than a move. It's a new city. It's a new role. It's a brand new horizon that's hers for the taking. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
Welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena for all those folks on FloHockey. And additionally, we welcome back all those folks listening in on the radio, iHeartRadio, whether it's 106.3 FM in Des Moines, 1460 KXNO. Maybe you're just streaming this audio online. Nonetheless, 12:29 to go in the first. Shots heavily in favor of Iowa, 8-1. But the score is dead even. Faced off to the right of Rockford goaltender Mitchell Weeks as Caden Bankier will take a draw opposite of Paul Ludwinski. Bankier lost that draw as Ludwinski played it back. It's floated out of the zone by the IceHogs, and the chase is on deep into Iowa territory. Here's Ciccone. Got bumped off the puck by Baddock, who centered it, and it's taken away. The Wild get it back up the right wall. It's a foot race. And we will get an icing call as Reese Johnson, who's played over 80 games in his career with the Rockford IceHogs, was racing after that one. Couldn't beat the ice in time. 12:12 to go in the first, 8-1. shots in favor of Iowa. And we will get a face-off to the right of the big goaltender, 6'4", 240-pounder, Samuel Alavai from Martin, Slovakia. Off the face-off, IceHogs control. Left side, Kevin Fitzgerald floated it deep and down behind the Iowa net. IceHogs get it back up top. Levshinov. Left point shot by Fitzgerald now, blocked away. Work to the slot, one-timer deflected away by Halavai as he took that chance away from Zach Sanford. Puck cleared back out by the Wild as the IceHogs now working it right back through center. Left to right, here they come. Over the line on the right side is Anderson. His centering pass blocked away by Carson Lambos. And the jousting continues in the corner. Corralled and controlled. Here's Sanford at the right point. Works it way over to the left side. Levshinov with a shot that snuck through traffic, and it's off the blocker of Halavai. The Wild rim it back around near side. Can't get it out as a nice pinch by Levshinov. Will float it right back in. And the Wild will turn it right back out again as Lambos sent it to center. Played ahead by the IceHogs. Trying to work this one back in was Samuel Savoie. And the Wild now instead will gain control, and it's carried and picked up at center and dumped in from the blue line by Matthew Sopp. IceHogs quickly corral. Headman's the center. And here they come. Back in over the line again. Logan Slaggert left it for Savoie. Left point. Here's Korchinski. Cut down the wall and then decided a second time to float it back the other way. And Savoie will rim it back in behind the Iowa net. Goes from left to right. Over to the near side, the Wild take it away. Carrying through center with a lot of speed is Hunter Haight. Over the line with Graham Clark. Cuts to the middle. Clark to the back door. Tried to feed one through for Spacek, who had jumped up in the play. And the pass off the mark. Wild still with control. Left circle shot by Ryan O'Rourke was deflected away. Never made it to the cage as I think the defenseman blocked it off. Wild get it right back at center. Controlled and floated ahead by Bradley Merrick. 8 goals on the season. And if you take away Liam Ogren and Brendan Gauntz being up in Minnesota, 12 goals apiece lead the team. Well, not too many after that. So Bradley Merrick, second in active players in goals scored for the Iowa Wild with his 8. Trailing only Hunter Haight, but he is tied for second with Caden Bankier, Graham Clark, and of course Merrick. Those are the 3 that have the 8 goals. So 9:45 to go in the first. Face-off coming up. This one to the right of Mitchell Weeks. Ben Jones to take the draw as he is flanked by Mikey Milne and Travis Boyd. And on the blue line, Piert and Ciccone. Face-off controlled by the IceHogs. Spodniak got it to center. Marcel picks it up right side over the line. Backhand pass, they score. One-timer for Ryan Gagne at 10:26 of the first period, and it is 1-0 Rockford as Gagne with his first goal of the season. As Marcel made the nice move and then carried in over the right side, and jumping in on that play on the left wing was Gagne, and a nice feed by Marcel at 10:26 for the 1-0 Rockford lead. Off the draw, the IceHogs with control. Puck floated along. Ben Jones will rifle it back down into Rockford territory. A clearing pass picked off. Cam Crotty knifes his way to the left side, banked it off the wall, down low. As the puck rolls to the right wing side. Now back up that left wing. Del Maestro plays it into the neutral zone, broken up by Lambos, slipped by Boyd, and now it's Mikey Milne, right side over the line, backhander deflected off the blocker of Weeks. Ludwinski controls for Rockford. He wheels his way out towards the neutral zone, emerging into center and dumping it around the boards deep into the Iowa zone. Puck floated off the glass and out by Lambos. The Wild getting a quick change. Levshinov back for that one, rimmed it ahead, and it's backhanded down low and in by Zach Sanford. Maskimovich for the IceHogs. Tried to center, broken up nicely by the Wild's Ryan O'Rourke. And the puck floated back down into the Rockford zone. IceHogs back for it. As the puck played back up into the neutral zone, picked off by Bankier and floated in. And now Levshinov with a hard rim around. He's getting into it a little bit behind the play with Reese Johnson as that puck floated down the length of the ice. And an icing call coming up here on the Rockford IceHogs. The Wild will get a quick change here with the icing call against Rockford. So they'll get an offensive faceoff, and unfortunate to find themselves in a 1-0 deficit, out shooting the IceHogs 9-3. 8:10 to go in the first. Off the faceoff, quick whistle. So faceoff will be coming up. Hunter Haight digging in for this one. Won back by Sanford and floated out of the zone by Rockford. Peart played it ahead. It got broken up, and now the IceHogs will control and float this one down into Iowa territory. Ciccone hit as he tried to dump it off into the corner. A couple big collisions there. The Wild come away with it. Off the wall to the right side. Sop in over the line. Right wing corner. Got bumped off the puck by Fitzgerald. And it's floated to the left wing at center. And here's All-Star Cole Gutman. Banking it off the right wing wall. Gutman, leading scorer of the IceHogs. He had 2 goals last night. As the puck tipped ahead, played with a high stick by Graham Clark. IceHogs actually played it in time that it didn't kill the play. Savoie back to the blue line. Korchinski, right side, Del Mastro. He tried to go cross ice with it, and the play was broken up nicely by Adam Raska. Back for it, Korchinski. Left side, Del Mastro. Broken up, his pass picked off. It's Raska back in deep for the Wild, down into the corner, trying to create a little bit of havoc. Is that puck in that corner? Sammy Walker battling for it. Left point Lambos. Right side now. Throwing it to the net was Cam Crotty. Went wide. Wild get it back. Left point shot. Save made by Weeks, and the rebound jammed out of the way right before the Wild could get it. IceHogs carried away through center. Zipping to the left side and dumping it in was Logan Slaggert. And now there's Carson Lambos getting one near side and floating it off the wall back out into the neutral zone. Here's a quick chance, and busting in, Gagne split the defense of Crotty and Lambos, and a nice job by Halabai to take away that backhand attempt by Gagne, who's got tonight's only goal. 6:10 to go in the first, 1-0. Rockford leading here at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines, Iowa. Great crowd on hand here to honor local heroes. And it was quite a sight to see before the game. Puck down deep in Rockford's zone in the right wing corner. Bumping and grinding is Travis Boyd. Had his pocket picked and carried right back up on the right side, and it's floated along by the IceHogs, Colin Felix. IceHogs have it in the Iowa territory. Bannock rimmed behind the net to the right corner. And here's Ludwinski, his centering pass, nicely picked off by Mill, and he's off to the races by himself, wide right, and he'll wisely dump it in as the Wild needed a change, and they get one. Rockford's Kevin Fitzgerald dances his way through the neutral zone over the blue line, and he snapped a shot, and Halabai had to extend that left leg out to get a piece of it and deflect it wide. Puck tipped back out into the neutral zone. Here comes the IceHogs. Sanford with control, left wing corner. Backhander up top, worked over to the right point. Levshinov, left circle for Sanford. His shot off the blocker of Halabai. That was a nice look there on a beautiful pass from Levshinov to free up Sanford for that opportunity cross ice. Now a centering pass goes off the skate of Ryan Sandelet, and he is on his thoroughbred down the length of the ice, chasing after with Levshinov. Now here's Reese Johnson coming in. Boy, big collision with Kevin Fitzgerald as the puck tipped up the center. Another big collision as Crotty butted heads with Anderson, and they both went down, and the Wild collect. Here's Bankier to Lambos. Nice little knifing move over the line to the blue line. Fired it to the net, and save made. Lambos and Levshinov getting into it a little bit on the far side. Play broken up out into the neutral zone, picked back up and dumped in by Graham Clark. Korchinski back for it for the IceHogs, rimmed it to the far corner for Levshinov, trying to get it up off the wall, and he got it. Poked by Slager, and now picking it up is Gutman, and they're going to say an offside call on the Rockford IceHogs, and I believe that gets us a timeout on the ice, and I believe we'll take one as well. 4:02 to go in the first. 1-0, Rockford leading here at Iowa. You're listening to Wild Hockey. Hello, everyone. Welcome back for those on FloHockey, and then also for those listening in on tonight's radio broadcast. In case you're wondering why we always welcome both back, because we're broadcasting to both of them, and we should at least say hi to everyone, whether they're on FloHockey and AHL TV, maybe they're listening on the iHeartRadio app, perhaps cruising through central Iowa, listening to 1460 KXNO or 106.3 FM. Again, thank you, everybody. This is Josh Fisher. Ben Gislason on TV tonight for MC22. Honored to bring you tonight's call. Face-off for the Wild, just outside of their own blue line. Sop out there with Hunter Hayton, Graham Clark. As the IceHogs get it off the draw, and it's dumped in by Del Mastro. The Wild trying to get it back out. They cannot do so. Held in on the right side. Worked by Ludwinski to the left point. Now it's blocked down. Korchinski right side, one-timer by Del Mastro, and that went off a stick and up and into the safety net and out of play. 3:42 to go in the first, 1-0. The IceHogs currently in front. The only goal so far, Ryan Gagne at 10:26 of the opening frame. A lot of player transactions for the Wild lately. A lot of big guns not in the house tonight. Liam Ogren up in Minnesota. Brendan Gauntz up in Minnesota. Devin Shore up in Minnesota. As the Wild dealing with some injuries, and off the draw, the puck down into the corner. Lambos jamming at it. Anderson scooping it up. Back to the blue line. Korchinski just floats it to the corner. Near side, Maskimovich to Sanford, left point. Korchinski spinning away from trouble, knives his way all the way to the right point, stops, dropped it down, and quickly fired to the net by Maximovich and deflected away by Halavai. The Wild finally nudge it free, and they gain control up the right wing at center. It's dumped along by Sammy Walker. The Edina, Minnesota native, played it in, and now he gets it right back. Tried to drop it back to the blue line. It got picked up by Marcel, and he worked it off his stick down and into the Iowa zone. The Wild trying to jam it back out. And it was floated along by Colin Felix up and over the glass and out of play. 2:36 to go in the first. We've got a timeout on the ice. We will take a timeout as well. 1-0 Rockford. You're listening to Wild Hockey.
we know rivalries. But at Buzzard Billy's, we're all on the same team. Kick off your game days with breakfast at Buzzard Billy's. No rivalries here, just a witty lineup of breakfast faves and a great game day atmosphere. Raise a glass to the best breakfast in Des Moines every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday beginning at 8 a.m. with your friends, your family, even opposing fans. Big portions, budget-friendly, Buzzard Billy's.
Welcome back, everybody, on FloHockey. As the Iowa Wild and Rockford IceHogs. Right here at Wells Fargo Arena, we welcome in all our radio listeners. iHeartRadio, 106.3 FM, maybe 1460 KXNO, and those, of course, on FloHockey. The Wild with a 1-0 deficit. The only goal of tonight's game by Ryan Gagne, his first of the season. That was a 10-26 from Marcel. So, face-off coming up at center. The Wild outshooting Rockford 11-6. This is the third straight period of which they've outshot the IceHogs. Last night and the third, they had a 21-shot effort. As the puck dumped deep down and into the Iowa zone, Lambos tipped one free, nudging it off the boards is Jones, and it's up into the neutral zone. Milne trying to play it ahead, broke it up. Nice hit on the near wall as Felix got roughed up there by Jones, and the puck floated in. Back for it, Ethan Del Mastro. Nice job by the Wild to converge. There's Milne working on the end wall. Jammed it to the corner. Here's Boyd walking it out left wing side. Goes to the back door for Crotty. And it was a little too far in front of him. Now Milne centers in front. To the blue line it goes. Quick shot by Lambos. Blocked off by a brigade of red sweaters collapsing to the crease. And the puck chipped right back out by the IceHogs. Under 2 to go here. The Wild down by a goal. Right side in over the line. Here is Boyd. Threw that one to the net and a save made. And now we've got some extracurricular as Colin Felix gave a big jab to the face of Mikey Milne. And Milne helmetless. And of course, after that shot from the corner, Boyd got roughed up pretty good. And the IceHogs' frustration, which usually when you're leading, you shouldn't be too frustrated, but it looks as though Colin Felix will go to the box for the IceHogs, and the Wild will get their second power play of the night. 2 minutes roughing for Colin Felix. As we get ready for a Raising Cane's power play, the Wild 0 for 5 last night, 0 for 1 tonight. We've got 1:41 left here in the first. The Wild will have the power play unless they score or take a penalty. They should be on the Raising Cane's power play, or could be, realistically, till the end of the period. But if you're a Wild fan, you would hope that this power play doesn't last long. Face off to the right of the left-handed catching netminder Mitchell Weeks, who stopped all 12 shots he has seen from the Wild tonight. And off the face-off, Fitzgerald, hard rim. Carries all the way back out to center. Now Marcel with control. Check that. Jackson Cates makes a spin move to get away from trouble. What a save by Halavai! As Stanford came in for a poke as well. And the Wild, it was Jackson Cates with a opportunity in front. And a beautiful save by Halavai. Boy, he did some splits that make most men cringe. Here comes Crotty. Check that. Boyd over the line. Right side spot check. Setting it up. Right circle. Boyd down low. Tipped in front by Jones. Save made by Mitchell Weeks. He'll hang on. We get a whistle and a stoppage play with 1:04 to go in the first and a 1-0 Rockford lead. Face-off will be to the left of Mitchell Weeks. Off the face-off. Puck floated all the way down the length of the ice. And the Wild to break out right to left. Here we go. Spot check left it. Boyd sets one up. Bankier. Check that. Jones with a lot of speed through center. Gains the blue line down the right wall. It's Hunter Haight. Back up top, low to high, and it hopped over the stick of Spacek. An unfortunate bounce for the Wild, as they'll have to regroup at center. Here's Bankier over the line. Boyd feeds one down low, and a chance for Hunter Haight. Tried to go upstairs, glove side, taken out by Korchinski at the whistle. But a nice save made by Mitchell Weeks as Hunter Haight had some great speed and a good opportunity. He just had limited space to lift that puck and get it up in a hurry. Of course, the closer you get to that tendy, the harder it is to get that angle, and you run out of angles. 28 seconds to go in the first. Just want to let everybody on FloHockey know that during the first intermission, you'll get a great opportunity for the Wild podcast, Riding the Bus, as we will have that for you during the first intermission until we resume the second period. As we get some early movement. Sammy Walker shifted out of the face-off dot. So sliding in to take that, Graham Clark. Tipped down low along the end wall. Walker reached, poked it to the near side corner, and the Wild get it. Up top, left point. Matthew Suff, power play. Still going for the Wild. 18 seconds in the period. Puck tipped to the right point, broken up. Back out to center it goes, and here's Cole Gutman, shorthanded for the IceHogs. Carries it over the Iowa line, stopped in the high slot to drop it off and ran out of real estate. As the puck dropped off and now down into the Iowa territory it is. Up to center, taken away and floated right back in as the buzzer goes, and that will do it. First period of play in the books. And the Iowa Wild will go to the locker room with a 1-0 deficit. Samuel Halavai stopping 6 of 7, and Mitchell Weeks stopping all 12 on the other end for Rockford. Again, for all those folks listening in on FloHockey, watching this during the first intermission, your entertainment will be Riding the Bus, the Iowa Wild podcast. So make sure you stay with us because we will be right back after the second intermission. For those listening in on the radio, we'll be right back with your intermission. Thank you so much for joining us. Coming up, we'll have your AHL Plays of the Week, Part 1. You're listening to Wild Hockey right here on 1460 KXNO and 106.3 FM.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Rivalries. But at Buzzard Billy's, we're all on the same team. Kick off your game days with breakfast at Buzzard Billy's. No rivalries here, just a winning lineup of breakfast faves and a great game day atmosphere. Raise a glass to the best breakfast in Des Moines every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday beginning at 8 a.m. with your friends, your family, even opposing fans. Big portions, budget friendly, Buzzard Billy's.
Welcome back to episode 2 of the now new named Nothing Short of Greatness podcast, hosted by myself and Caden Bankier. We are joined by Mikey Milne, but before we dive into it, we got an ad read from our friends at Central Iowa Pool and Spa. Joey Goldstein ad read. Central Iowa Pool and Spa offers a variety of above-ground pool options to suit any backyard. Our expert installation team ensures a quick and hassle-free setup. Enjoy the benefits of a refreshing summer fun without the long-term commitment of an in-ground pool. Whether you're looking for a budget-friendly option or stylish addition to your outdoor space, we have the perfect above-ground pool for you. Call us at 515-263-6900 or stop in at Central Iowa Pool and Spa at 5360 Northeast 14th Street, Des Moines, Iowa.
Yes, dude.
Did I nail it?
Clean.
Nailed it.
Let's go. Joey's going to be proud of you for that one. Now, by way of Abbotsford, British Columbia, Mike Milne.
Wow.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, truly an honor.
It is.
I've heard this podcast is nothing short of greatness, and to be the second guy sitting between you guys, it's truly an honor. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, thank you, Mike, for joining us on our off day here in Chicago. We had a nice bus ride over this morning from Rockford. I wanted to have you introduce yourself to our fans that watch. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, who did you play for, your path to Des Moines, getting drafted by the Minnesota Wild. Maybe just cover it all and lay it out there for the fans who maybe don't know who the true Mikey Milne is.
Yeah, I'm Mikey Milne, like you guys said. Yeah, I'm from Abbotsford, BC. Grew up playing hockey my entire life. I love sports. I played a lot of sports growing up: baseball, golf, basketball, lacrosse, you name it. So, yeah, big sports guy. I love fantasy football. Huge into that. So that's been a topic of discussion throughout the whole year that we like to chat about quite often. So, big fan of that. But yeah, growing up, hockey. I grew up in Abbotsford, so I grew up playing for the Abbotsford Hawks. Then kind of made my way up, played for the Yale Hockey Academy, Fraser Valley Thunderbirds, and then I played juniors in Winnipeg for the Winnipeg Ice with Carson Lambos.
Don't forget Kootenay Ice.
And the Kootenay Ice, yeah. Shout out to Kootenay. I played there when I was 16, and then we relocated. So that was kind of my career path, and then I got drafted by Minnesota in my final year of junior, and I've been in Des Moines for the last 3 years now, and yeah, it's been a great time. Met a lot of new friends, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
How do you like Des Moines compared to like Abbotsford, where you grew up?
Yeah, it's a little bit different. Des Moines, it's a smaller city for sure, but I think it's a really nice place. Downtown's super nice. You got the river going through, and a lot of good restaurants as well, as you guys know. So yeah, obviously having the guys here too makes it a lot better, and I've enjoyed my time here.
You touched on it a little bit. Fantasy football. You were the commissioner for the team this year. How would you personally rank your performance as commissioner? I need an honest review.
Yeah, it was tough for sure. First year running a fantasy football league, and I made some mistakes along the way. I made it a 4-man playoff. We had 12 guys in the league, and we didn't figure that out until about 8 weeks into the year, and guys were pretty upset. But I ended up figuring it out by, I think, week 13, 14, that we could change it to an 8-man playoff. I had to go into my computer, did some research, and figured that out. But I think with the mistake early on in the year, everyone was kind of pissed off already and giving me a hard time. But honestly, it's a tough job. I had power rankings throughout the year that I started in week 7 or 8, I want to say, and the guys were really enjoying that. But if you were to say out of 10, I'd probably give myself a 6.
That's fair.
There's room for improvement, and I hope you guys
I think that was your only
understand that.
mistake.
Yeah.
I think that was
Yeah.
your only mistake.
Yeah, do you want to talk about that?
I'm still gutted.
I was just
Banks
gonna
made, or what were you going to say?
I was just going to cover who won the league, and I think it's probably not who we wanted to win.
No.
Jesper Wallstedt won our fantasy football league. So
That was a crazy night. That was just on Monday, actually. Wally versus Banks in the finals. I don't know if you want to speak on that. Obviously, it's a sensitive topic.
It's a sensitive
right now.
topic right now. Could you tell? Because we roomed together on the road. For anyone who doesn't know, I had a little bit of trouble sleeping that night.
For sure.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Should I set the stage?
You could set the stage.
All right. So, I was first all season. I want to throw that out because it's important. It's important to know. I was first all season. I had 3 running backs all year. Because in our league we run 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, tight end, a flex, a defense, and kicker. So I ran 2 running backs, and as my flex, I used my 3rd running back. Well, in the last week of the season, all 3 decided to go out with season-ending injuries. So I had to go to the waiver wire and pick up a whole new roster of players, and they all decided to leave games with a concussion. I had 3 running backs go out with a concussion in the championship. So I am not sitting pretty going into Monday Night Football. I had me and Wally. It was neck and neck, whole game, back and forth, and came down to the last play, and Jahmyr Gibbs, Wally had Jahmyr Gibbs. He runs it in for, what was it, 30 yards?
It was about, 35-yard run.
35-yard touchdown. I think my season's over. I just lost to Wally, and I'm not going to be able to hear the end of it for the rest of the year.
I don't think any of us will.
It's
not going
to be pretty. And then we start throwing the ball to Juwan.
A Swedish guy winning
First year in fantasy
Yeah.
football, has no idea what he's doing. He's trading guys left and right. He probably had the most waiver wire ads, most trades in the league, and
This is bringing back bad memories again. But we got to finish the story.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had Juwan Jennings for San Francisco, and on the final drive, he got all the touches. I was up by a point. Then they throw a 2-yard pass to George Kittle, who Wally also has, and I lose the fantasy championship by 1.5 points.
Yeah, it's tough.
it was
It was devastating. I would rather get blown out in the finals than have what happened to me happen.
Yeah.
Losing by 1.5 points.
about, I want to say, 5 minutes of silence in our room when that catch happened. It was me, Banks, and Sandy just sitting there, and yeah, it was tough for sure. I wasn't even a part of it, and I could feel Banks' pain for sure.
All right, enough of the fantasy football talk. We've covered
Please,
that.
please.
It's been
I might delete. I might not play.
That's been a big topic in our locker room for the last 17 weeks. So. But Mike, you've had a pretty good year this year, and you had your dream come true a couple months ago. Tell us about your first NHL game, getting that phone call. Tell the fans how that day went. Your family came in, so how that went, and yeah, just that experience you got.
Yeah, it was obviously really special. Just got a call from Macker one night and told me I was heading up, so just packed my bags and drove up to Minnesota, and I practiced a few times, watched the game in Minnesota, and then they had a few injuries, so I ended up getting the nod the next day, and yeah, my parents were able to fly down, and my girlfriend was in town as well, so it was a really special day. A lot of emotions, a lot of adrenaline, and yeah, it was a Saturday night game against Dallas, and it was at home, so it was so cool. A day I'll never forget. So yeah, just that day you're kind of thinking about everyone and everyone who's gotten you to that point in your career, and yeah, it's a day I'll never forget, and I'm super grateful that I got that opportunity.
How was your Super Bowl game that day?
Honestly, don't remember. Day was kind of a blur. I ended up playing Super Bowl for sure, but
A little nervous maybe in the sewer circle?
definitely a little bit nervous.
Probably tried harder in Minnesota.
Tried harder, went for every ball.
Yeah, unlike here.
Unlike here, for sure.
No grenades were thrown off your foot.
There was grenades, definitely, but if guys weren't going for it, I
Who's
wasn't
the best?
saying anything.
Did you get an idea of who the best player in Minnesota is?
Yeah, I think it's always the Euros that are
Yeah.
always the
Yeah.
best at sewer ball. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is, but
Laux is actually pretty good. I played with him in Providence, and he was a good Super Bowl player. So
yeah.
I don't know how he's doing up there, but
I gotta say, like first game for jersey wise, like sick
oh,
jerseys.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
Like I don't know if they're the reverse retros or if they actually are part of their rotation now, but like for that to be like your first no bucket in that jersey, like it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you didn't fall, so like successful.
unlike last night.
Oh gosh.
Bring it up. Yeah, we gotta bring it
We're
up.
gonna talk about
we gotta
last
we gotta
night.
talk about it. I thought a bomb went off in the corner, Mike.
Yeah, I did too. You want me to tell it, or?
Please.
I mean, I'm
It's your
just
story to
wheeling
tell.
around in warm up, and I don't know what happened, but we're doing the Indy 500, and I don't know what happened. A puck fired off the crossbar and just came skidding by my feet, and right as I turn, I step on a puck. My helmet goes flying off. Luckily, I didn't get hurt.
Yeah, it is scary. Helmet comes off.
Definitely a scary moment, but Yeah, I think the toughest part was just, there's fans there and we're on the road and they're just all giving me a hard time.
Oh,
I can
yeah.
just, for the
Yeah,
rest
yeah.
of warm-ups, they're all just banging on the glass and you can't really do anything but smile. But, yeah, got out lucky for sure.
I'm not going to lie. I was concerned at first when you first fell, but once I knew you're okay, I don't think I stopped laughing for the rest of the warm-up, man.
Yeah, it felt like all eyes were on me for the rest of warm-up.
It's all right. We've all fell.
Yeah, we have.
We've all fell. It's how you get back up, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just tough. I think I've fell 2 times in warm-ups, and they've both been in Rockford. So, yeah,
That's not on you. It's the ice there.
it's got to be, right?
Yeah, it's not
and
on
maybe that we play them 13, 14 times a year. That probably has something to do with it.
We know rivalries, but at Buzzard Billy's, we're all on the same team. Kick off your game days with breakfast at Buzzard Billy's. No rivalries here, just a witty lineup of breakfast faves and a great game day atmosphere. Raise a glass to the best breakfast in Des Moines every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday beginning at 8 a.m. with your friends, your family, even opposing fans. Big portions, budget friendly, Buzzard Billy's.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
For Brittany, it's more than a move. It's a new city. It's a new role. It's a brand new horizon that's hers for the taking. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
Clogbusters is the only premier drain cleaning service company in Central Iowa. From drain assessments to sewer repair, Clogbusters will make sure the job is done with care and quality in mind to make sure it's done right. Our pet-friendly team will always provide the care you deserve, and we can offer a 2-year warranty. Don't wait until the problem gets worse. Call us today at 265-CLOG. Again, 265-CLOG to schedule an appointment. Clogbusters is the only premier drain cleaning service company in Central Iowa. From drain assessments to sewer repair, Clogbusters will make sure the job is done with care and quality in mind to make sure it's done right. Our pet-friendly team will always provide the care you deserve, and we can offer a 2-year warranty. Don't wait until the problem gets worse. Call us today at 265-CLOG. Again, 265-CLOG to schedule an appointment.
Oh, we know rivalries, but at Buzzard Billy's, we're all on the same team. Kick off your game days with breakfast at Buzzard Billy's. No rivalries here, just a winning lineup of breakfast faves and a great game day atmosphere. Raise a glass to the best breakfast in Des Moines every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday beginning at 8 a.m. with your friends, your family, even opposing fans. Big portions, budget friendly, Buzzard Billy's.
Welcome back, everybody, whether you're on FloHockey or KXNO 1460 iHeartRadio. We got you covered. Josh Fisher here for tonight's game. The Wild and the Rockford IceHogs. It is 1-0 Rockford. If you're looking for Ben Gesslison tonight, you're used to his golden, sweet, dulcet tones. He is currently on the big screen. MC22 calling tonight's game on television. So the IceHogs will be right to left on your monitor dials at home, and the Wild will counter from left to right. Off the face-off, controlled by the Iowa Wild, trailing 1-0. As the Wild will push it left to right through center. About 10 seconds remaining on the penalty to Rockford's Colin Felix. The Wild play that one right in front. A quick opportunity. Corralled and controlled by Mitchell Weeks. By the way, second period scoring this season. The Wild have been outscored 52-33 in the middle frame. And the Rockford IceHogs have been outscored their opponents 42-33 in the second period of action. So face-off coming up to the right of Weeks. By the way, in case you were wondering, tonight is the 121st game between the Rockford IceHogs and the Iowa Wild. It is actually the 60th time they've met here at Wells Fargo Arena. As the puck floated down, the IceHogs back at full strength. 19:25 to go in this second period. And the Wild carry left to right over the line on the right side, gaining the zone. Here's Ben Jones down into the corner, had it jammed away. And it's quickly carried up through center by Samuel Savoie. Now a backdoor feed and chance. Logan Slaggert can't finish. Tried to pull it from forehand to backhand and couldn't get it through in time. Puck floated down and beating out the icing. Nice hustle there by Caden Bankier. And the IceHogs jam it along with control on the right side at center. Pitched along by Korchinski, racing back. Carson Lambos, he'll float it around the wall, near side, not out, held in on a nice pinch by Ethan Del Mastro. The Wild slip it away, out on the left wing side, racing through the neutral zone, and firing one in on net was Mikey Milne. Puck floated back out by Del Mastro to center. The Wild collect. Ryan Sandelin, a Minnesota native, floats that one in, and back for it are the Rockford IceHogs. As the Hogs float it to center, Brandon Baddock, former Iowa Wild forward. He's a tall drink of water and a pretty tough customer. This low to high pass gets blocked back out towards center, and the IceHogs float it right back in. So racing down for this one, spot check. Backhander blocked down by Ludwinski. The battle continues, and the Wild come away with it. Ryan Sandelin left to right through center, gained the blue line and pitched it in. The Wild to change up their D. And the IceHogs gain control and float this one ahead. Jackson Cates clears it out. IceHogs back in quickly. Ludwinski over the line. Dropped it off for Baddock. Save made by Halavai. He will hang on, and we will get a whistle and a stoppage in play. 17:36 to go in the second period. Brett McLean, head coach of the Iowa Wild, on the bench for the 108th game tonight. He's got a total of 39 wins under his belt. So tonight, hopefully, would be looking at number 40. Off the face-off, the Wild come away with it. It's Matthew Supp as he plays it ahead deep into the Rockford zone. Down low, Graham Clark. In behind the Hogs net. Slips it to the left point. One-timer by Peart, blocked down. And the IceHogs collect and bring it ahead. Right to left over the line. Anderson pitched it in off the end wall to the left wing corner. As Maskimovich tried to center that one. Tipped away back to the blue line. And out of the zone it rolls. A backpedaling Kevin Fitzgerald. Fires that one into the neutral zone. Anderson goes cross ice for Zach Sanford. All 6'4" of them. Back to the blue line it goes. Left point now, Kevin Fitzgerald with a shot deflected away by Halabai. Loose puck back to the blue line. Fitzgerald collects, and a shot deflected away as Artem Levshinov had one taken away. Now here's a quick chance. Back the other way. My goodness. Marcel. Nothing. No soup for you. Samuel Halabai, the masked man in the crease. That is absolute robbery. Whew. Lovely. Just lovely. So that one developed quickly. Marcel just jumped right into the slot there and got a nice pass and had a great look. And Halabai at this point in time with the save of the game, and that might be a tough one to top. Spot check off the draw, backhander off the boards. And the Hogs chasing back. Korchinski pressured hard by Raska as the puck goes in behind the net. IceHogs Del Mastro trying to get it back out. Turnover, right wing side. Sammy Walker jammed at it, but it was now collected and controlled by Marcel, and the IceHogs floated along. Halabai went to play it. Broken up, tipped to the corner. And now we're going to get a whistle and a stoppage and play. I think we've got a hand pass. By the way, after today's game, stop by your local Quick Star where they've got you covered with all your favorites, from Glazers to Caribou Coffee to hot from the oven pizza slices. That's Quick Star, proud sponsor of your Iowa Wild. So face-off coming up. This one just outside of the Iowa zone. 15:59 to go in the second period. The only goal of tonight's game belongs to Rockford's Ryan Gagne. A little bit of delay on the puck drop here, as Boyd was going to take the face-off with Gutman. Now Gutman gets tossed from the circle, and Savoie will come in instead. As the Wild have it, turned over. Savoie down into the corner, carries in behind the Iowa net, goes wide up top. Del Mastro, left point now, Korchinski. Dropped it off for Gutman. He tried to turn to the high slot, and now it's back the other way. The Wild got to hurry. Here's Jones. 2-on-2. Crotty jumping in. Backhander by Jones, denied. As the puck picked back up, here's Boyd. Behind the net, he'll swing it up top to the blue line. It flipped back towards Lambos, and he is unable to collect it in time to hold it in. IceHogs have it again. Del Mastro and Korchinski. Over the line, Korchinski for Savoie. His shot blocked away by Halabai. The Wild now jam it along, and it's floated all the way in on goaltender Mitchell Weeks, so no icing here. And the Wild to get a quick change of personnel, as it's Ludwinski up to center. Carries in over the Wild line. Quick pullback and snapper. And that went wide of the Iowa net, back out into the neutral zone. So Paul Ludwinski with a nice try. Floated right back in by the IceHogs. The Wild collect behind their own net. Peart, outlet pass, worked up towards center on the right wing side. And here's Reese Johnson, the former IceHog. After that, the blue line. Ciccone now jumping into the play, deep into that corner. As the puck knocked along the wall and back up into the neutral zone. It'll trickle at the Iowa blue line bank here with a nice backhand pass. Finds a Reese Johnson with a boatload of speed. He carried it over the line and got a wrister off that's deflected away off the blocker of Weeks. Here's Reese Johnson again. Carries out on the left side, up top. One-timer by O'Rourke, and that hit off a pair of skates and carried him to the corner. Back up top. Play broken up, controlled. Kyle Maskimovich dumped it in. The Rockford IceHogs to get a little bit of a change. Maskimovich in on the forecheck. As the Wild now with control. Here's O'Rourke, backhander on the left side. A pinch by Kevin Fitzgerald will hold it in. The IceHogs have it in deep. Down low to the left point. Sanford goes cross ice. Levshinov Give and go. Anderson now left point. Joey Anderson goes to the high slot. Held, shot, Levshinov, blocked off by traffic, never made it to the net. Reese Johnson collects, banks it off the left wall. This puck is going to roll all the way down and into the Rockford zone, and we're going to get an icing call. And a stoppage in play, 13-18 to go in the second, 1-0 Rockford with the lead. The only goal at 10:26 of the first, Ryan Gagne. The Wild heading into the second period, if you count the last 3 periods of hockey that they've played against Rockford, they have literally outshot Rockford 47-22 in the last 3 periods prior to this one getting underway. That's a pretty big differential. IceHogs now have it at center. Levshinov for Fitzgerald. It rolled off his stick away from him. Now we could have a breakaway back the other way. It's Sop. Cuts in. Hooked. He got a shot away and a save made by the goaltender. A hooking penalty will be coming up to the IceHogs. I think Sop was hoping for the penalty shot. And instead it's going to be a power play for the Iowa Wild. I think the IceHogs feel like they might have dodged a bullet. We got a timeout on the ice. Power play when we come back. You're listening to Wild Hockey. 12:59 to go in the second. 1-0 visitors right here on 1460 KXNO and 106.3 FM. Welcome back to all those folks on FloHockey. As we welcome everyone back, Wells Fargo Arena. The Iowa Wild with a Raising Cane's power play coming up. Logan Slaggert to the box for hooking. And the Wild, who went 0 for 5 on the power play last night, and they're 0 for 2 tonight. Let's hope the third time's a charm this evening, because they are way overdue. And I think a goal here, the good old PPG, could quite possibly blow the roof off this building with a great crowd base here tonight. As the Wild set it up, Boyd slides down the right circle, fired to the net, save made, rebound, kicked and controlled and carried out by Sanford. Here's Zach Sanford, shorthanded, made a move to the middle, got tripped up by Ben Jones, and the power play comes to an end. So now we will be 4-on-4 for a minute 44 before Rockford will have a 16-second power play. So 2 minutes for tripping for Ben Jones. Face-off coming all the way back down in Iowa territory. This one will be to the right of Samuel Halamai. Boy, has he been good tonight. He's only seen 10 pucks. He stopped 10 of them. Or he's seen 11 pucks. He stopped 10 of them. And he had an amazing save on Marcel in the first 5-6 minutes of the second period to keep it at 1-0. It very easily could be 2-0. But the IceHogs backpedaling as a Wild push through center. Here's Mikey Milne using that speed to get in over the line. Korchinski jammed it away, and Milne had it roll off his stick blade as he almost had a scoring opportunity. Here's Korchinski racing through center. Wide right side. He's going to carry himself all the way down into the corner, and he's driven out of the play nicely by Carson Lambos. Wild push it ahead. Milne through center, tipped over the line. Lambos jumping in on the play, right side corner, the Winnipeg native. A first round pick of the Wild. Had it, tipped away, and it's back the other way for Rockford. Cam Crotty just takes apart Samuel Savoy, who is in for a chance. He does have quite a few opportunities here this evening, but yet to get one past the Wild goaltender. Hogs working it right to left through center, and now we got another penalty on the far side. It looked like Artem Levshinov hit Caden Bankir up high, and we've got a cross-checking penalty against the young defenseman for the IceHogs. Levshinov, 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points in 32 games, 6'2", 208, second overall pick in 2024. And a lot of upside. This kid played his freshman season at Michigan State. Ended up with 35 points in 38 games and a plus 27. It's pretty impressive. It's time for a Raising Cane's power play, and a unique one at that, as it is a 4-on-3 extra man advantage for the home team. 4th power play of the night for Iowa, and it will be 4-on-3 for 34 seconds. So a face-off win, and they do so, will help tremendously. Spot check, quarterback's up top of the right circle. Boyd fakes it, moves his way down low, corrals it, back for spot check, touch pass left circle, cross ice now. Here's Boyd with a shot right into the glove of goaltender Mitchell Weeks, as the Wild working with a group of Boyd, Hunter, Haight. And it looks as though Graham Clark is the 3rd out there. Is off the draw, the Wild have it. Clark corrals it to the blue line for spot check. 14 seconds of the 4-on-3. Boyd, right circle, fires, he scores! Travis Boyd gets on the board. A beautiful shot from inside the right circle. Just snapped it inside the post under the glove of goaltender Mitchell Weeks, and we've got ourselves a 1-1 hockey game. It's Boyd from Clark and spot check, a power play goal, 4-on-3 variety, and 8:51 of the period. And a big goal at that. Boyd, his 6th goal of the season. He leads the team now, 25 points on the year. 11:09 to go in the second. We are back to 4-on-4 for approximately 20 seconds, and the Wild with momentum. Back up through center. Left side, Sammy Walker into the line. He'll carry it off the boards, down low and in. So Levshinov with the costly penalty. Ben Jones out of the box, and now it's a 5-on-4 power play for about a minute for Iowa. The Wild back of their own end. Crotty getting some pressure is Slaggert in on the forecheck. Now the IceHogs back off and move into the defensive position as the Wild carry it in over the line. Spot check, right circle, Hunter Haight. Quick shot, rebound chance. Backhander just went wide as the attempt there by Ben Jones. Left circle. The Wild collect, played in front, tipped by Hunter Haight, and a save made by Mitchell Weeks. The loose puck picked up and rifled hard off the glass. And down the length of the ice by Colin Felix. Back for it, behind his own net, spot check will lead the rush. From Pilsen, Slovakia. It's his hometown, although he was born in Columbus, Ohio. Right side of the line, here's Ben Jones. Flipped it to the blue line, a little sauce for spot check, right circle. Ben Jones goes cross ice, checked out. It was Boyd. Quick rifling shot by Bankir, went wide. And the loose puck at the right point, spot check. 4 seconds on the power play for Iowa. Here's Bankir. Down low, behind the net. Chance in front, unable to get the shot away was Jones. Puck tipped, and we're back at 5-on-5 as Levshinov out of the box. Left point shot by Peer. Right kick save made by the goaltender Mitchell Weeks. And it's back out through center. Right to left, Levshinov pressured, He'll just float it left side all the way across the ice. It goes slowly in the Iowa zone. The Wild race over and get the puck. Nice hustle there by Raska. As the puck tipped back up towards the neutral zone, the Wild jamming for one. Bradley Merrick had it, lost it, tip free, and now Raska finds it. Left side of the line with Walker. Walker to the high slot. Quick shot. He hit traffic in front as it's picked up and controlled on the right side by Kevin Fitzgerald. Snap pass into the neutral zone. Here's Joseph Ciccone. He'll float it around the boards, down low and in. As the Wild back for it, a big hit in the corner by Raska on Korchinski, and I don't think the IceHogs like that too much. The fans here in Iowa most certainly did, and there's a big hit, a retaliatory hit in the corner as Bradley Merrick was hit up high by Brendan Baddock. Wild in over the line. Here's Sammy Walker. Backhanded to the left point and wind up in a shot tipped just wide of the net as that one off the stick of Ryan O'Rourke. 8 minutes and change to go here in the second. 1-1 score. Right to left, Korchinski. Snapped it ahead into the neutral zone. Over the line, Spodniak. Played it back down low. Marcel weaved his way in behind the Iowa net. And Gagne had it only to lose it. Floated off the boards back out to center. The race is on. The Wild back for it and tipping it back into his own zone as Ryan Sandelin. Puck scooped up at center. Overskated a touch. And the IceHogs get it back. Del Mastro to the right side. Broken up. And now here come the Wild. Sop with Sandelin. Sop left circle. Holds. Fires. Scores! Matthew Sop, his third goal of the season. This one at 12 and a half of the second period. Iowa 2, Rockford 1. That play developed nicely. Sandelin did a great job going to the net. He will be awarded with an incredible patience by Matthew Sop. He held it, the goaltender committed, and once he got his shot, he took it, and he gave his team a 2-1 lead. So face-off coming out at center. And waiting as sticks come down. So puck picked up and floated down. Matteo Petronero with the icing play there. So a face-off will be to the right. Mitchell Weeks. As the Wild have it, off the draw, Walker snaps it up top. Ciccone fires it back down low. Hit off traffic, carry him to the near wall. And Maskimovich almost had it. Tipped back and turned over again. The Wild get it back. Here they go. Nice play by Walker. Tried to backhand that one for Graham Clark. And that play broken up and tipped out of the zone. So the Wild forced to regroup. 2-1, Iowa in front. 6:55 to go in the second. Puck tipped to the corner. Ciccone. Right side now for Graham Clark. To the left wing, it's Lambos. Carries in over the line. Dropped it off. A give and go with Sammy Walker. And Walker ridden off behind the net as the play broken back up, and it's carried and snapped out to center. IceHogs bring it in. Joey Anderson with a shot that's deflected. The net got pushed off. And we get a whistle and a break in the action. 6:28 to go in the second period. We'll take a break. The Iowa Wild leading 2-1. Right here in the second period, you're listening to Wild Hockey.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back, everybody. The Iowa Wild, 2-1 lead. And that was a brief timeout. As the puck worked by the Iowa Wild, right wing side, it's Graham Clark headed over the line, fired it wide. As the puck caroms back down low, want to welcome in everybody on 1460 KXNO listening in on tonight's game. As there's 6 to go here in the second period, and the Iowa Wild with a 2-1 edge over the IceHogs. 2 goals here in the second period. Power play bang and a beauty from Travis Boyd, and then another incredible play by Matthew Sopp. And let's not forget about the outstanding save by Marcel by goaltender Samuel Halabai early in the second. I believe that kind of set the tone. And the Wild had just been battling so hard to finally get some, and they do. But now they've got to stay in front and lead the way. Puck to the blue line, tipped, fired down to the net. Tipped as it went off of traffic. And the Wild now control. Lambos in his own zone. Cam Crotty zipped it off the boards to center. And it's down low and in. Travis Boyd pressuring. He'll take it away. The Hastings, Minnesota native. Racing after this one. Broken up, and a pinch by Spacek will hold on the right wall. Although the IceHogs take it away behind their own net, and it's rimmed to the right side. Back up the center it goes. Spacek. Tipped it into the zone. Play broken up. And now it's down low into Iowa territory. Ludwinski bounced off the puck. The Wild to bring it back left to right. Into the neutral zone and over the line. Gaining the zone is Caden Bankier. His shot deflected up off a skate into the safety net, now to play. And this time they're actually really going to take a timeout. So 4:31 to go in the second, 2-1 Iowa leading. We will take a timeout with them. We'll be right back in a moment. You're listening to Wild Hockey.
Clogbusters is the only premier drain cleaning service company in Central Iowa. From drain assessments to sewer repair, Clogbusters will make sure the job is done with care and quality in mind to make sure it's done right. Our pet-friendly team will always provide the care you deserve, and we can offer a 2-year warranty. Don't wait until the problem gets worse. Call us today at 265-CLOG. Again, 265-CLOG to schedule an appointment.
Oh, we know rivalries. But at Buzzard Billy's, we're all on the same team. Kick off your game days with breakfast at Buzzard Billy's. No rivalries here, just a winning lineup of breakfast faves and a great game day atmosphere. Raise a glass to the best breakfast in Des Moines every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday beginning at 8 a.m. with your friends, your family, even opposing fans. Big portions, budget friendly, Buzzard Billy's.
Welcome back, everybody. 4:31 to go in the second period, and it's been a doozy if you're just now joining us. The Wild down 1-0 heading into the second period, and they have just come out strong. This is the 5th straight period. The Wild have outshot the IceHogs. If you go back to last night's game, it's a 13-5 shot advantage in the second period, and the Wild with 2 here in the second. One of the power play for Boyd at 8:51, his 6th of the year. And then Matthew Sopp, his 3rd of the season at 12:30 from Sandelin and Reese Johnson. As off the face-off, the puck worked back down low behind the Rockford net. Back to the right point, and now we get a whistle. Seemed to be some feistiness going on out there. Not sure if it was the puck cleared the zone, is what it looks like it was. We thought we had a hold at the right point by O'Rourke. He's still insisting that he held it in, but the officials did not see it that way. So with 4:19 to go in the second period, we have a break, and it's 2-1 Iowa in front. Again, Sopp and Boyd for Iowa in the second, and it was Ryan Gagne halfway through the first for Rockford. Maximovic takes the draw for the IceHogs. Lost it as Bankier won it back and dumped it in. And that one went up and in to the safety net. Now Maximovic getting into it with Bankier a little bit. Those two took the face-off across from each other and now seem to be providing lip service. So face-off coming up just outside of the Rockford blue line. Bankier is going to get waved out. So Reese Johnson goes in to take it. And now Maximovich right next to Bankier. Those two have separated. Another back together again. Is off the draw. The IceHogs have it. Floated ahead. Maximovich lets it go off his stick and down into Iowa territory. Jack Peart played it around on the left side. Up through center it goes. Zipped all the way down the length of the ice. And we get an icing call against the Iowa Wild. 3:58 to go in the second. By the way, for those on FloHockey, during the second intermission, you'll get another edition of the Iowa Wild's Right in the Bus, the podcast of the Iowa Wild, as we will have that during the first, and had it during the first, we'll have it during your second intermission as well. For those on the radio, AHL Plays of the Week Part 2. As the puck tipped out towards center, controlled. Ethan Del Mastro back in his own zone, near side Korchinski. First rounder from 2 years ago. Last year's rookie season, he spent a lot of time in Chicago. This year, a little bit of time in Chicago and a lot of time in Rockford. As the Wild in their own zone, trying to push it ahead on the right side. Bankier squeezes past a defender at center, into the line. He'll carry, and he gets bumped off, and it's back the other way. Spodniak dumping it in for the IceHogs, near side corner. Spodniak crashing in with, looks to be Ciccone. And now tip free, there's a chance, and it's ripped just wide by Gagne. As the puck rimmed right back around, left pinch by Fitzgerald. He'll let it go to the blue line. Gagne got it, played it down low, but it's picked off. The Wild bringing it back, left to right. Graham Clark to center, right side. Hunter Haight with a shot, trying to go low, blocker side. Mitchell Weeks unable to control the rebound. And now we get a cover in a stoppage in play. Timeout on the ice, everybody. Well, it looks as though that is happening, and it is. 2:48 to go in the second. 2-1. Iowa leading Rockford. You're listening to Wild Hockey.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
As we welcome back our friends on FloHockey, and a face-off coming up down in the Rockford zone. This one appears to be to the left of Mitchell Weeks. And out on the ice for Iowa, Lambos and Crotty, and on the front line, Milne, Jones, and Boyd. As the Iowa Wild celebrating Local Heroes Night. It's quite a spectacle to see before the game. Both teams went out to center ice to hold an incredibly large American flag, along with first responders of Central Iowa. It was quite a sight of unity to see. And I remember years back, the first time the Iowa Wild hosted their Local Heroes Night, it was a game against Grand Rapids, and it followed the tragic events that included the passing of 2 police officers in Urbandale. And with that, a tribute to local heroes. And after all the heartache that had been seen here in Central Iowa, it was quite a sight to see when the Grand Rapids Griffins went out to center ice with Iowa and held the flag in that game following those tragic events. So quite a sight to see, and it just goes to show you the hockey players, as much as they like to knock the tar out of each other when they're out on the ice and get at each other, when it comes down to it, they're all really good humans and understand that there's so much more to life than just that game. And in moments like that, they get it, and it's important. 2:31 to go in the second. Iowa leading 2-1. Goals tonight in the second period, Boyd and Sup. Puck deep in Rockford territory. Up top, Milne. Feathered one to Crotty. He'll sneak it back down low. And it's worked around. Back to the left point. Shot by Lambos. Blocked away. Now Savoie. His rifling pass. He tried to catch Gutman up at center ice. And that pass off the mark. So we get an icing call. An icing call against the Iowa Wild. So getting settled in for a face-off to the right of the left-handed catching netminder Mitchell Weeks. Off the face-off, tip back, and it clears the zone as it split past Spacek. He'll race back with O'Rourke. The IceHogs will get a line change. Puck back up to center, and it's floated along by Raska. It hit off the dasher board and clinked back up into the safety netting. So we will get a whistle and a stoppage in play. 1:54 to go in this middle period. Off the draw, puck picked up, rimmed around, and chipped right back out by the IceHogs. It hit off a stick, and so we won't get a delay of game, but I believe that puck went into the IceHogs bench. So face-off now coming up. This one just outside of the Rockford zone. The Wild run it back, and it's dumped in by Spacek. Felix back for it, hit by Raska as he floated it along. Now he gets a quick pass back. Puck broken up at center. And Raska now brings it in left side for Iowa. Dropped it back. Walker tried to flip one through, and it went off the post on a sweep by Raska. And it looks as though Walker is a little banged up. Slow to get to his feet. As the Wild trying to change their lines, and now a puck floated out of the Iowa zone. It went off a stick and over the glass out of play as Sammy Walker finally, a little hunched over, makes his way over to the bench and stops to have a few words with the official. And they said it didn't go off a stick. So it is a power play for Rockford and a penalty to Ryan O'Rourke, 2 minutes for delay of game. So the Wild will get started on the penalty kill presented by Walter Roofing. So face off to the left of Halavai. And off the face-off, controlled and snapped off the glass down the length of the ice. That's a good start to your penalty kill most of the time. So Korchinski with a minute to go in the period, weaves his way through center, glides to the right side, and sends a backhander around the wall back over to the left wing, and Sanford will stop it on the half wall and get it down into the corner for Slaggert. Back to Sanford, up top, Korchinski rotates to the right side. Cole Gutman snapped that to the net, and a nice save made by Halavai as he got a piece of it. Back up top, the puck controlled by Korchinski, a give and go. Korchinski now threw that one to the net, save made in front by Halavai, and the rebound pushed to the far wall. Controlled, it's Gutman. Tried to get that one in front, point blank opportunity for Anderson, and a beautiful save made by Halavai. Puck back to the left side, rimmed all the way out to the left point. Held in by Gutman, 14 seconds of the period. Left circle, Korchinski. Down low behind the net, worked up top, one-timer. Gutman, and a nice save made by Halavai. It's Sanford on the right half wall. Up top, a give and go. Sanford with a one-timer, and he rung it wide of the net, and that will do it. The second period of play in the books. Iowa with a 2-1 lead as we will take a break. For those on FloHockey, enjoy checking out Ride in the Bus. And for those on KXNO 1460 iHeartRadio, we'll be right back with your second portion of AHL Plays of the Week. After 2, it's a 1-goal lead for the Wild. You're listening to Wild Hockey.
Clogbusters is the only premier drain cleaning service company in Central Iowa. From drain assessments to sewer repair, Clogbusters will make sure the job is done with care and quality in mind to make sure it's done right. Our pet-friendly team will always provide the care you deserve, and we can offer a 2-year warranty. Don't wait until the problem gets worse. Call us today at 265-CLOG. Again, 265-CLOG to schedule an appointment.
Oh, we know rivalries. But at Buzzard Billy's, we're all on the same team. Kick off your game days with breakfast at Buzzard Billy's. No rivalries here, just a winning lineup of breakfast faves and a great game day atmosphere. Raise a glass to the best breakfast in Des Moines every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday beginning at 8 a.m. with your friends, your family, even opposing fans. Big portions, budget friendly, Buzzard Billy's.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We want to talk about your guys' summer spent together. Do you guys have any good stories?
Yeah, we could talk about. Oh, we got a lot of stories about.
And maybe like tell the fans where you guys spent summer, what you guys did.
Yeah, so this summer, me and Mikey, we lived in Minnesota the whole summer. Not together, we lived separately. But yeah, it was a blast. Trained there and sure spent a lot of time together. And yeah, we have a few good stories. Some we can't say what we got up to, but there's a few ones we can get up to. Obviously, the golfing stories we got up to, and if the Wild fans remember, Kevin Connolly, he was with us a lot this summer. He lived in Minnesota with me. But yeah, it was a blast. I don't know about you. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a great time. Obviously, going to Minnesota, didn't really know anyone, but luckily I had Banks with me and Cons, like you said, and Liam Ogren was also there for a portion of the summer. So yeah, we made a lot of memories. We golfed a lot. I think me and Banks golfed at least 20 times in the summer. So you know, that's a lot for Banks for sure. I don't think Banks golfed a lot before this summer.
No, but to be fair, I hadn't golfed the entire summer previous.
Which is fair, yeah.
I didn't have
Yeah.
I had a golf season-ending injury. So
You could say there's a lot of excuses, but
did your game get better in the 20 rounds you played?
I think it did. For sure it did.
Yeah.
I just don't have the right clubs.
It's an investment.
It's the clubs for sure.
It's what?
It's an investment for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
and I don't for what I put into the game, I don't know
Yeah.
if the investment is worth the
yeah.
reward, you know?
No, it makes sense. It's like, yeah.
But I must say, I watched maybe single-handedly maybe one of the greatest golf matches I probably will ever see this summer between Mikey and Lambeau.
Yeah, that was a
So
match
Lambeau
for the
spent
ages.
summer there?
before training camp. He came up like a week or so before.
I was there too.
Yeah.
Where, where was my invite to this golf
hotel.
match?
Yeah.
Just ignore that. We'll talk about that.
That's crazy.
What? What? You probably said no. You're probably like,
no, that's
I need
just
my
not
rest.
true. That's not
I'm a
true.
beauty. You're probably like,
We had 4 guys already.
We'll
just be honest.
That's crazy.
We didn't
Who's your
think of
fourth?
you.
it was the club pro at
Yeah,
the course.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. So he
Yeah.
probably got you guys on.
He got us on.
he got us on. So we had been, to be fair, we had been golfing with him all summer.
Was that over the weekend that I went home?
Probably
I hope.
not.
Just say yes.
Your FOMO would kick in.
We didn't think
Yeah,
of inviting
so-
you, Tops. Sorry.
Or maybe my wrist from the car accident. Maybe you guys knew I was injured.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Do you want everyone to be like?
No, I'm just trying to make myself.
Topper got in a
feel
car accident in this summer, so
I'm just trying to make myself feel better.
Yeah.
yeah.
Topper's got FOMO for sure. He's always trying to chime in.
It's
and
because
see what's
I'm
going
always
on.
inviting guys to do stuff, and then if I don't catch the invite, it kind of hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Do you want to hear the cool story though?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Lamb, what were you? You were just playing the match fully. I sucked, so I wasn't. I was in.
You
it.
were
I
just
w-
there for fun.
I was just me
Yeah.
and the club pro were just playing.
Yeah.
But these two were in a match, and set the stage.
Are you guys straight up?
Straight up, yeah. Me and Lamb, we've played against each other quite a bit. Obviously, playing in juniors too, we've golfed a lot, and yeah, I think I'm around a 6 handicap. He's either a 7 or 8, and we decided to just go straight up, and yeah, it was back and forth all match. I was 1 up, even he was 1 up. Got to 18, and yeah, I had 1 hole 17, so I was 1 up going into 18. I had the box. I sent my drive. I don't know, maybe 30, 40 yards right of the fairway, behind a bunch of trees. Didn't have much of a shot. Lambo hit his right down the middle, 300 yards. He had about 100 yards in. So it looked like it was going overtime. But I got up to my ball. I started just swinging and trying to, like, shot shape like what I was going to try doing. But honestly, didn't have much belief in what I was going to do. Ended up hitting the shot through the tree, somehow stuck it to, I want to say, 10 feet. So
I think maybe a bit farther, dude.
like a bit further?
Yeah.
A bit further away?
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 12 or 13.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
But
Anyways, it's important to the story.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
important to the
for a start,
story.
okay.
Yeah, so Lamb, honestly, he's probably stressing a little bit.
Yeah.
He sticks it to about, I want to say 6 feet.
Yeah.
That's about accurate. And I end up missing my putt. He drains his putt. But just a crazy hole. He had to birdie the 18th, and he did. Went to an overtime just at the practice hole. I ended up on top, of course, but it was fun for sure. Always
Was there
good
money
time.
involved?
I
Probably
thi-
not. Lambo's playing. There's no money.
No money.
I think Chipotle was on the line.
Oh,
honestly,
But no queso, no guac.
just no,
No
maybe,
double
no,
meat.
no side.
Just chicken,
Yeah.
rice,
maybe
beans,
now, but yeah,
It was just a lettuce bowl.
yeah. But no, it's always fun.
lettuce and rice.
Yeah.
lettuce, rice, and beans.
Yeah. But
That's awesome.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
It was good.
you were great too. You were.
Yeah. What did I shoot? Probably.
I think you were just under 100.
Yeah. It's a good round for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Banks has gotten a lot better this summer though. For sure.
Yeah, I've gotten better. It's just
Like you remember at the beginning of summer, I remember Banks was struggling early on, and I'm golfing with him every time. So I'm like, I can't deal with this all summer. Like we need to see some improvement week in and week out. So I remember, I don't know if you remember, but I would get my phone out and I would record you from behind of your swing.
Yeah.
And then I would tell you, you gotta, like
Yeah, you were
you
my
gotta follow through. You gotta keep
Swing
your eye
coach.
on the ball.
He was my swing coach.
Basically,
I
your
still have the
swing
videos.
coach.
Yeah.
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 And I would send them back to back. And by the end of summer, honestly, it looked a lot better.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll take credit for that. But I appreciate you listening and not just
Oh yeah.
getting frustrated.
I'm always looking for the edge, you know.
You always are.
Yeah, I'm always looking for the edge.
But yeah. We'll,
Sounds like you have potential though, if you work on your game.
I do have a lot of potential.
Maybe this spring, like you three and like won't have a fourth. You could
Yeah,
invite a fourth.
probably like me, Mikey, Lambo. I don't know, Hayner maybe. He's a
yeah,
pretty good
somebody
golfer.
else. Like
if
Are
you're-
you busy?
I could.
Don't worry,
be.
we're not inviting you.
You're always busy.
I could be, but yeah. I
Yeah.
just-
He's your family. It's
yeah,
so close.
Family's in town.
Yeah.
Beauty.
January 1st, 2025.
That is the date.
New year, new you maybe. Any New Year's resolutions for you guys?
No.
I hate that question.
I know, I do too, but
Oh, I'm gonna read some books.
We got asked by our media team, and I think lots of us said read books, and I say that every year, and I think I read a chapter and then I put it down. So I'm gonna try to, by saying this on the podcast, hopefully that keeps me accountable.
Honest?
Yeah, honest, accountable.
Are we gonna have to do weekly check-ins?
Yeah, like book reports.
You're gonna do a book report.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Maybe weekly book report.
Why do you think reading books has been your New Year's resolution?
Because it's such like a basic one, and I'm not very creative. Maybe I always try to get like those mental health books or like those finance ones. Try to something to like better yourself, and I get through the first chapter and I just like put it down, and
And then you got so much better in that first chapter. You're just like, I'm done with
my
it.
stocks are just going up.
Like, do you have any books?
Oh,
like,
I have a shelf in my
Okay.
apartment. Yeah, I have a shelf.
What are they
wow.
just collecting dust or?
They are. They're dust collectors or decoration.
You're like,
Yeah.
the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Uh,
so
what was
it-
yours? What did you say for your New Year's resolution? Was it a joke or?
His
It
was a
just
joke.
a joke.
But, like, do you-
Yeah.
Do you
Do you actually
like,
have
try
one?
to get better sleep, or you get sleep, or eat better,
Yeah. You know what? I don't really have one.
be nicer?
Yeah, are you a good sleeper? Like
Okay.
Topper just asked.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm one of the best when it comes to sleep.
Okay.
Besides this guy.
Yeah.
True.
beside- yeah.
Our head of security, you can't see him right now. Our head of security, Kyle Masters, is watching. That guy is a koala bear. He probably sleeps 18 hours a day if it's a day off, but he is the all-time best sleeper.
Banks, what
Yeah.
is, if Mike doesn't have one, what's yours?
What's mine?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
At least I'm trying. So
But like, I actually don't have one
Yeah.
because I know I'm
no,
not.
you're perfect.
I know I'm not gonna fall through with
You're
it.
just a couple beauties.
Yeah.
Not neat.
Yeah. I'm gonna read books. Like, I'm not gonna read books.
I'm gonna read books. I think I said mine was I'm gonna spend more time with Hater. I think I said in that
Yeah.
like joke of a video.
Yeah.
But I have seen him.
Those
a
mini
lot.
Mike questions.
I've seen him a lot.
Yeah.
So I am fulfilling my resolution. I'm probably gonna see him a lot more. So mine is right so far.
That's all I got on my phone. If we're good for time,
I think it was really good.
Mike, we thank you for joining us on your off day in Chicago. You were a pleasure. We'll let the fans decide how you matched up against Lambos in the podcast guest rankings. Maybe that's a new thing.
I know you did.
Top two for sure.
Yeah.
You did want to maybe make a shout out to your buddy that you are wearing his clothing brand right now.
Oh yeah. Yep. Shout out to Rihanna Deer, one of my buddy's clothing brands that he started up last year. I played hockey with him growing up, and he ended up starting a clothing brand. It means nothing to say. It's just basically a young entrepreneur that goes through the ranks throughout his entire life and kind of creates his own path. And by the end of it, he's going to have nothing to say is kind of the idea behind of it. But yeah, super cool. Just trying to support him as much as I can. And it's obviously super awesome. But yeah, here's the shirt.
Fans, if you tune in and you need some new clothing,
Yep.
Yeah.
If Mikey Milne can pull it off, so can you.
Wow. Well said.
That was
Thank you.
great.
Well said. Yeah.
That was greatness.
Yeah.
This was greatness.
Yeah.
This is great.
Oh, we know rivalries. But at Buzzard Billy's, we're all on the same team. Kick off your game days with breakfast at Buzzard Billy's. No rivalries here, just a winning lineup of breakfast faves and a great game day atmosphere. Raise a glass to the best breakfast in Des Moines every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday beginning at 8 a.m. with your friends, your family, even opposing fans. Big portions, budget-friendly, Buzzard Billy's.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
For Brittany, it's more than a move. It's a new city. It's a new role. It's a brand new horizon that's hers for the taking. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
Clogbusters is the only premier drain cleaning service company in Central Iowa. From drain assessments to sewer repair, Clogbusters will make sure the job is done with care and quality in mind to make sure it's done right. Our pet-friendly team will always provide the care you deserve, and we can offer a 2-year warranty. Don't wait until the problem gets worse. Call us today at 265-CLOG. Again, 265-CLOG to schedule an appointment. Clogbusters is the only premier drain cleaning service company in Central Iowa. From drain assessments to sewer repair, Clogbusters will make sure the job is done with care and quality in mind to make sure it's done right. Our pet-friendly team will always provide the care you deserve, and we can offer a 2-year warranty. Don't wait until the problem gets worse. Call us today at 265-CLOG. Again, 265-CLOG to schedule an appointment.
Oh, we know rivalries. But at Buzzard Billy's, we're all on the same team. Kick off your game days with breakfast at Buzzard Billy's. No rivalries here, just a winning lineup of breakfast faves and a great game day atmosphere. Raise a glass to the best breakfast in Des Moines every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday beginning at 8 a.m. with your friends, your family, even opposing fans. Big portions, budget friendly, Buzzard Billy's.
In the third period of play, Iowa getting outscored 53-40. But Iowa in front 2-1, out shooting Rockford 63-31 over the last 5 periods of hockey. And that includes a 16-9 shot differential in the first, 30-16 overall. The Wild in front 2-1, and a face-off at center. In net to my right, Samuel Halavai, and in net to my left, Mitchell Weeks. The Wild on the power play, or on the penalty kill rather, to start the third and final period, as Ryan O'Rourke in the box for a roughly 35 more seconds. The IceHogs carry this one through center. Sanford over the line with Gutman, left over on the right wing corner. And it's floated by Anderson back behind the net, near corner. Anderson behind the net for Gutman. Looking in front, quick point blank chance for Logan Slaggert, and he missed it. Up top, Gutman, right circle, Sanford snapped it to the net, and he wrung it off the crossbar. And a puck back to the blue line again. Korchinski, left point. Gutman up top, one-timer Korchinski, and he ripped it wide. Puck off the near wall, and the Wild gain control. O'Rourke out of the box. Power play over for the IceHogs, and the Wild back at full strength. Puck on the right wall. Cam Crotty fired it back out of the zone and down the length of the ice. They wave off icing. By the way, when leading after 2 periods of play, the Iowa Wild are 10-0. And when trailing after 2 periods of play, Rockford is 0-13, 1-0. Now, granted, it's a 1-goal game, so a lot of hockey to still be played here. As Travis Boyd chasing one in his own zone that Peart collects and quickly dropped off on the right side for Ciccone. Peart now racing away on the left side, zipped it up the boards into the neutral zone. It's picked up and carried in. Here's Milne behind the defense. Quick shot, tried to squeeze it in short side, and Mitchell Weeks did a good job of hugging the post. Back in behind the net. Levshinov backhands that one up through center. And the Wild get it back again. Boyd over the line, catching the trailer. It's spot check, cuts wide, right circle shot. Save made by Weeks, and the rebound rolled away off the stick of Ben Jones. And the IceHogs have it. Kevin Fitzgerald off the left wing in his own zone for Brandon Baddock, and the former Wild forward floats at the center. The Wild turn it right back quickly. Iowa in over the line. Spot check, dropped it off left circle. Quick shot by Merrick, and a glove save made by Weeks. Rebound blocked away, and the Wild still trying to hang in there and hold on. And jamming on the left wall was Merrick, who floats it down low and in. Right side corner, there's Raska with some good hustle behind the net. Raska centered in front as he was looking for Merrick. Quicked up, Lambos snapped it, and it goes off a stick. Back out towards the blue line, Lambos collects, throws it towards the net off the blocker of Weeks. Puck collected on the left wing half wall. Big shot for the left circle by Merrick off a feed from Walker, and the play blocked back out towards center, and here come the IceHogs turning quickly over the line, left wing side, centering pass in front for Marcel. Marcel, and a nice save made by Halavai. Rebound, work to the right side. Colin Felix with control for the IceHogs. Tossed it up top. Ethan Del Mastro played it to the net. Blocked away, and a quick high floater out of the zone by Carson Lambos. And the Wild get a change as the IceHogs turn it over at center. Right side is Sandelin, carried in, snapped it to the net. Rister, and a glove save made by Weeks. Get a whistle and a stoppage in play. So 16:42 to go in the third. By the way, 1-goal games, Rockford 3-2, 3-1. Iowa 2-3-2. Off the face-off, the IceHogs win it. Carried right side, Savoie. Over the Iowa line, down to the corner. Karam's in behind the net. It's Bankier with control. Chance in front for Slaggert. Back up to center, it's Bankier. Wide right, over the line. Made a move to get around the defense and flipped his shot wide of the goaltender Weeks. Bankier finds the puck again. Left circle. Had it stripped away by Savoie. Those two bounce off each other. Savoie getting the short end of the stick on that one. As the puck floated by the IceHogs out of the zone. Both teams getting a little bit of personnel change. Left side, O'Rourke played it ahead, and it's a race. Hunter Haint got in and almost pulled it away from Korchinski in time for an opportunity. Although the IceHogs' young defenseman collected it. Korchinski snapped past the center, and here's Maximovich. His shot, rebound, and he poked it wide off the backhand. He had a great opportunity there, and a nice play by Halavai to take away the first one, and the defender to help get that second one out of there. Puck back over to the left side. As the IceHogs, Mateo Petronero Had it, lost it. Back up through center. Anderson over the Iowa line, and he snapped it. It went off the crossbar, and Halavai had to look behind himself to make sure the puck wasn't in. Right side, Felix tossed it in front. Rebound on the doorstep, Sanford, and he's robbed by Halavai. 5 minutes into the third, it's going to stay 2-1 in favor of Iowa. Baddock near wall, battling for O'Rourke. Back to the blue line it goes. Anderson threw it in front. It hit off of Halavai. And the loose puck down low. Baddock trying to joust his way through and battle through some trouble down there. Puck poked to the far wall, and the Wild get it back out of the zone. It finds Cam Crotty, and he'll toss it in for Iowa. In on the forecheck, and a nice hit on Levshinov, as Crotty will retreat backwards, and the Wild now racing back in their own zone for one. Crotty to change. Peart dropped it off on the right wall. Ciccone to Peart. Cross ice dump. In deep, it's Jones to the doorstep. Milne had a man in front, couldn't get the cross ice pass. IceHogs chiseled up into the neutral zone. Gagne overskated, but now it's picked up and controlled. Cates fired it to the net, and a nice save made by Halavai. That one was up high on him, and he got a piece of it with his shoulder. 13:45 to go in the third. Wild press it back up through center. To the blue line it goes, and now we get an offside call against Iowa. I believe we're going to get a timeout on the ice, and we will. 13:41 to go in the third. 2-1, Iowa leading. You're listening to Iowa Wild Hockey.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Want to welcome everybody back from FloHockey. And we also have get a cool presentation taking place at center ice. Welcome everybody in from 1460 KXNO or iHeartRadio. So a special surprise for our hero of the game tonight. And the Iowa Wild getting settled in for a face-off. 13:41 to go in the third. So face-off coming up just outside of the Rockford line. Won back by the Wild, and it's tossed in by Lambos. Puck on that right wall. Boyd tied up with Korchinski. Ben Jones, nice little stick-handling move to get a shot away. It's blocked to the blue line. It grows, and Crotty fired one towards the crease. Hit off traffic, up into the safety net, and out of play. 13:26 to go in the third. Face-off coming up. Off the draw, picked up. Zip through center. Here's Cole Gutman, leading scorer for the IceHogs. Over the line, right side. Dropped one off for Savoie. Tipped around the Wild net over to the right side. Milne trying to push it back out. Big collision there as he couldn't. And the puck held in and jammed right back down low. Near side corner. Jamming along. Here's Boyd. Got one of the Iowa goals tonight. Centering pass in front. IceHogs slaggered, had a chance, and a nice save made by Halavai. As the puck worked right back in behind the Iowa net, there's Crotty. Outlet to the left side. Jones with control, dropped it back for Crotty. Crotty, crafty, rim around to the right side. Lambeau, snap past the center, goes off the stick of Bradley Merrick and deep into the Rockford zone. Lev Shivnov back for that one, played it on the near wall. Breaking in is Raska, causing a little bit of a headache for the IceHogs, breaking up the play. And now the IceHogs scrambling in their own zone. Some great forecheck there from Merrick, Raska, and Walker. And now it's nudged free and overskated. Back the other way, right side, Maximovic. Played it wide of the Iowa net, down to the corner it goes, and then behind the net for Maximovic again. He'll drop that one off for Joey Anderson. Nice poke check by Ryan O'Rourke as the puck drifts back to the blue line. And Petronero collects and leaves it for Sanford. Back to Petronero. As Petronero to the near side. Colin Felix now carrying through center is Baddock. Right wing side over the Iowa line. Lost it as Saccone, jammed it free. Now Peart to the right corner for Bradley Merrick. He'll drop it off back to the blue line. Nicely held in, though, by Kevin Fitzgerald. 11:20 to go in the third. Iowa, 2-1 lead here at home over the visiting Rockford IceHogs. If you're looking for Ben Gislason and his sweet golden dulcet tones, you would be looking for MC22, the Mediacom channel that is broadcasting tonight's game on television. As the Wild picking off at center, brought in over the line, only to lose it. And it's back the other way as the Wild retreat backwards. Lambos and his own zone. Pass for Crotty, seemed to sit. And now the IceHogs get it. Jammed to the near wall. Wild pushing it away. Here's Caden Bankier trying to tie it up in his skates. Behind the net now Crotty. Jammed it along for Sop. What a nice cut move to free it up, but he can't get it out. Now it finally just to the blue line. Not out yet. Right side, Marcel. Pressured there as he's got Lambos on him. Now jamming it back to the blue line. Held in by Korchinski. He'll float it back down low. Cam Crotty taken out on the play. I think the Wild fans might have wanted a call there as he was tangled up with what looked to be Spodniak. Puck deep in that far side Rockford corner. The IceHogs trying to jam it back out. 10 minutes to go in the third. IceHogs trailing by 1. Turnover back the other way. The Wild, if they hurry, they can have speed, and they don't. Clark over the line, worked it to the right side. As Hunter Haight chipped it back in behind the net. Jammed up along that left wing wall. Logan Slaggert tried to cut across the middle, and that was broken up. Battle ensues along the wall, and now it's chipped along in the neutral zone by Graham Clark, the Wild's forward. He is also a Minnesota native. As a puck worked on that right wall, for those that may not remember, Clark originally drafted by the New Jersey Devils. He was part of that trade over the summer that sent Adam Beckman from Minnesota to New Jersey. As the puck floated off the right wall and by Levshinov and down into the Iowa zone. Some hustle and bustle from Rockford here as that puck along the end wall. Nice play by Hunter Haight to rough up a Rockford forward and jam that puck free, and it's floated out of the zone. Pressure from Milne on the forecheck as the IceHogs bring it up through center. Sanford with speed. Stick handles left side over the Iowa line and along the right wall. Zach Sanford had a poke checked away. There's Milne. He got tripped, no call. Puck on that far wall, jamming is Saccone, centering pass in front for Anderson, and he almost slipped that one through. A beautiful save made by Samuel Halavai again. He's got a mountain of beautiful saves tonight, and they are stacking up. 8:40 to go in the third, 2-1. Iowa in front. We'll be back for the finish. You're listening to Wild Hockey.
Oh, we know rivalries. But at Buzzard Billy's, we're all on the same team. Kick off your game days with breakfast at Buzzard Billy's. No rivalries here, just a winning lineup of breakfast faves and a great game day atmosphere. Raise a glass to the best breakfast in Des Moines every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday beginning at 8 a.m. with your friends, your family, even opposing fans. Big portions, budget friendly, Buzzard Billy's.
At home, 8:40 to go in the third here at Wells Fargo Arena. As we welcome everyone back from the radio side of things, 8:40 to go in the final period. As we welcome everybody back here for the final period of action, 8:40 to go here in the third. 2-1, Rockford trailing the Iowa Wild. And it's been Samuel Halavi with 20 saves on 21 shots and a superb performance with an incredible amount of a few saves. So off the draw, the Wild get it. Back up through center, right to left they race. Here's Milne over the line, threw it towards the net, blocked back off. Milne played it behind the net. Jones collecting as Jones on the left wall. Ben Jones all the way out to the blue line, turns and rifles it right back down low. As the puck controlled and floated back out into the neutral zone, and now that's played by Joey Anderson into the Iowa zone. Nice battle there, and a win on that battle for Sanford as the IceHogs now control in Iowa territory. Jammed up along the wall. Boyd is going to get space and time, and he floats it nicely up the right wall at center. And now the IceHogs bringing it right back. Colin Felix gains the red and pitches it in. The Wild will quickly try to force it back out. It's tipped off the stick of Spacek. He races into that far wall with Baddock, who flipped it behind the net. IceHogs work it back to the right point. As Felix on the right wall, 84-44 in the house tonight. Right point shot by Felix off the end wall, and it bounces back towards Halavi. And we will get a face-off coming up. This one will be, looks like it'll be to the left of Halavi. In case you're just now joining us, the Iowa Wild out shooting Rockford 37-21. It was Ryan Gagne opening the scoring at 10:26 of the first for Rockford from Marcel Marcel, and it was 1-0 into the second when the Wild scored twice in under 4 minutes. Travis Boyd and Matty Sopp to make it a 2-1 lead for Iowa. IceHogs, right point, Gutman dropped it off. Big blast from the blue line by Levshinov. And now controlled left circle. Here's a chance in front for Samuel Savoie, and a glove save made by Samuel Halavi. So we will get settled in for a face-off to the left of the 6'4" left-handed catching netminder from Martin, Slovakia. Played last year for Hockey Club Pilsen in the Czech League. Went 8-20. As the puck sent by the Wild deep into the Rockford zone. IceHogs starting to run low on time. As the Wild shifts will start likely becoming shorter and shorter. As they try to stay fresh. The Wild now pick it up. Here's Bankier over the Rockford line, down into the corner, backhander to the net, and a nice kick save made by Weeks as the puck chiseled back out into the neutral zone. Deep in the Iowa territory, Peart up the right wall now. Off the stick of Bradley Merrick, it goes up and over the glass and out of play. So 6:07 to go in the third period. And Iowa leading 2-1. the face-off. The Wild chuck it right back in. And the IceHogs chisel it right back out. Blocked down at the Iowa blue line. O'Rourke tied up with Anderson as the puck tipped back and now controlled spot check. Outlet pass to the right side as the Wild gain control. Nice moves by Hunter Height. Comes in left circle, played it towards the front of the net, and the net dislodged. Collision in front as somebody went tumbling into the net. Hard to tell who that Iowa player is at the moment. And was it Raska? I believe it was Raska that went flying into the netminder. And they've got a timeout on the ice. We're going to take one as well. Last timeout before we come back and round this out. Wild leading 2-1. You're listening to Iowa Wild Hockey. Welcome back, Iowa Wild fans, on FloHockey, as the Wild leading 2-1 with 5.5 to go in the third. And of course, we want to welcome in everybody on the radio as Iowa leading 2-1, 5.5 to go here in this third and final period. The Wild hanging on with which basically is going to be quite the finish. We'll see how they do on finishing this one off. 2-1 lead for Iowa, 5.5 to go in the third. And off the face-off, Del Mastro played it up through center, and it's tipped, and the Wild will chase back after it. Peart to the far corner, zipped to the blue line, held in Korchinski, and he snapped one just wide of the Iowa net from the blue line. Merrick chased after on the near wall. Now it's picked up, and Peart will float it the length of the ice, and it started rolling. They waved off icing. So the Wild will change. 5 to go here in the third. The Wild backpedaling and waiting at center. It's dumped in from just inside the red. Crotty to chase behind his own net. He'll play it for Lambos, rimmed around to the right side. Blocked down and held in by the IceHogs. Lambos again, pressured in the corner. Puck tipped free. Swatting at it was Ben Jones, and he cleared it back out of the zone. IceHogs regrouping as it's carried back up through center. Over the line, Gavin Fitzgerald. Samuel Savoie played it in front, never made it there. Picked up by Lambos, and he'll float that one up through center. Bounces and rolls deep into the Rockford territory with 4:20 to go in the third period. And Iowa with a 2-1 lead. Puck banked back up into the neutral zone. The Wild pick it back up in the Rockford zone. Left circle, Bankier sweeps in behind the net with control. Up top, feeds one to spot check, right side, Bankier. Played in front, tic-tac-toed off a couple of skates. And we almost had the third goal of the night. A quick shot from the right point as Gavin Fitzgerald is down. That shot clearly stunned and caught him as the Rockford defenseman now up to his feet and over to the bench as the Wild working it back up through. Bankier sends it down low and in. As the puck controlled now by the IceHogs with 3.5 to go. Right side through center, over the line. Levshinov dropped it, taken away. Floated back up through center as it was cleared out by Lambos. IceHogs left to right coming out of their own end. Levshinov to center. Played along Sanford. Centering pass broken up. Tipped down in front of the Wild. Crease. Loose puck scrambled. Halavai covers. And now we've got a little extracurricular as the IceHogs had come in and crashed the crease. And we did get a tackle in front of the net. It looks like Raska was tied up with Sanford. Those two twisted and fell down together. And that will get us a little bit of a reset. By the way, we shouldn't have gone through this game without noting that Ryan O'Rourke leads the Iowa Wild Skaters and ranks third all time. 39 career games against the IceHogs. Tonight is his 40th. Also, O'Rourke playing in his 200th AHL game tonight. Ben Jones, by the way, number 299 in the American Hockey League. Spot check sitting at game number 97 of his AHL career. We'll start keeping our eye on the goaltender, Mitchell Weeks, to the left of us, as a face-off will be coming up. To the right of Halavai. So sticks come down. Bankier wins it back. We get a quick whistle as there was a little early movement. Don't forget to hang around after the game is over for tonight's Quick Star post-game show. Off the face-offs, jammed off the wall and cleared out by Iowa. It's just under 3 here in this one. Puck controlled. Korchinski, feet on the near wall, picked off at center by Boyd, and Travis Boyd floats it in. Rockford will outlet to the right side. It's Gutman. Played it in over the Iowa blue line. It bounced around a little bit. Near side wall. Boyd tried to jam it away. Now Ciccone in there, and Slaggert comes away with it to Del Mastro up top. The IceHogs set it up right circle. Gutman fired it in front. Oh, went for the outside post, and he snapped it wide. Caromed off the boards all the way out to center. 2:15 to go in the third period. Iowa, 2-1 lead. Both goals coming in the second. Boyd and Sopp, your goal scorers tonight. 8,444 in the house for some hockey tonight. Puck floated right back out into the neutral zone by Sandelin. They wave off icing, and the IceHogs head coach Mark Eaton is shocked. As the puck back in behind the Rockford net, Del Mastro left side with 1:44 to go. Puck broken up at center. Reese Johnson breaking up the play and sending it in. Right side, Wild control, picking up his Bankier, slices his way to the left circle, fired it in front, banked off traffic, never made it through. Bankier again, with it behind the net, on the backhand, brings it to the near corner. Hit from behind by Del Mastro, knocked him off the puck, but now it's picked up and controlled. And we have a whistle and a stoppage in play as the net was dislodged. And I don't think that Rockford is going to be able to do a line change based on the way this one went. So face-off will be coming up. This one will be to the right. Of Weeks. We are down to 76 seconds, so Wild can hold it in, and a broken stick for Carson Lambos isn't the best way to start this last minute of play. Halavai out to play it. He'll rim it around. Empty net to my left as Mitchell Weeks has left, and the Wild now have it in their own zone, and they're just sitting back. The IceHogs are going to have to come in and get it. Crotty off the far wall. and it looked like it hit off of something. It went into the bench, and I believe it's going to be a face-off in the Iowa zone. And it is. So 53 seconds to go. Empty net to my left. And a timeout coming from Mark Eaton and the Rockford IceHogs. Mark Eaton, by the way, pretty interesting NHL career, 650 games in the NHL as a defenseman. A Delaware native. Played some games for the Philadelphia Phantoms way back in the day, and then worked his way up to the Flyers, Milwaukee, Nashville, eventually ended up staying in Pittsburgh where he won a Stanley Cup in 2008-09 with Sidney Crosby and that crew. And this is his first year as head coach in the American Hockey League. So far, sitting at .500. Face off to the right of Halavai. Empty net to my left. Off the face-off. Puck floated by Boyd towards the empty net. He misses. This will be an icing call as Boyd going for the 150-foot shot, roughly. If you figure halfway is 100 and 3/4, you're probably at about 150. So, face off to the right of Halavai. And off the face-off, puck tipped to the corner. Rockford down to 40 seconds, looking for a way to tie. The IceHogs have it in the Iowa zone. Chipped free. Milne comes away with it, fires it for the empty net, and he missed it by a hair. Oh, so close to sealing this one, but missing. 30 seconds now. A 1-goal differential. And we will get a face-off coming up. This one to the right of Iowa goalie Samuel Halavai. IceHogs have it, kicked along that right wall. Ben Jones tried to float it out, couldn't. IceHogs hold it, quick snapshot to the net. Blocked off by Halavai, no rebound in front. He absorbed that puck the same way a sponge absorbs water. Face-off coming up. To his right, the left-handed catching netminder from Slovakia. Standing in at a pretty hefty 6'4". Off the draw, puck tipped to the blue line. Held in by Korchinski, 12 seconds to go. Down low to the corner, centered in front. Slager couldn't get it. Turning and firing as Boyd. Long shot, and he hit the post from about 180 feet, but 3 seconds to go. It doesn't make any difference. This one belongs to the Wild. Final score 2-1. We'll be right back with your Quick Star postgame show. Zach.